Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers leak: Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, and Brook Lynn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, are on the precipice of something huge. The newlyweds, deeply in love, have decided to adopt after learning Chase is sterile. Brook Lynn has no interest in using her eggs if the baby can't be biologically his too. Their journey to build a family is brimming with hope, but the adoption process is about to stir up painful memories for Brook Lynn, specifically, the son she gave up years ago. Only Lois Cerullo, Rena Sofer, knows that child as Giovanni, Palmieri, Giovanni Mazza. As buried secrets resurface, this emotional roller coaster could unravel everything. The newlyweds, deeply in love, have decided to adopt after learning Chase is sterile. Brook Lynn has no interest in using her eggs if the baby can't be biologically his too. Their journey to build a family is brimming with hope, but the adoption process is about to stir up painful memories for Brook Lynn, specifically, the son she gave up years ago. Only Lois Cerullo, Rena Sofer, knows that child as Giovanni, Palmieri, Giovanni Mazza. As buried secrets resurface, this emotional roller coaster could unravel everything. Chase and Brook Lynn are diving headfirst into adoption, expecting them to be meeting with agencies and navigating piles of paperwork soon. Their excitement is palpable, but for Brook Lynn, every step may feel like walking through a minefield. The process could trigger vivid memories of the baby she gave up, a decision that still haunts her. Spoilers tease she might struggle to keep her emotions in check, with each question about parenting or family history hitting like a punch. Chase, ever the devoted husband, may sense her unease but remain clueless about the depth of her pain. The adoption journey may push Brook Lynn closer to a truth she's long suppressed. Her son is Gio, the talented young violinist living right under everyone's noses in Port Charles. Only Lois knows this bombshell, and she's desperate to keep it buried. But as Brook Lynn's guilt and longing grow, spoilers hint she might be driven to search for her son. The closer she gets to the truth, the more she risks exposing everything. If Chase discovers Gio is her child, especially since she's already bonding with the kid, will their marriage survive the fallout? Lois is in a pressure cooker, guarding Brook Lynn's secret while watching her daughter unravel. As Brook Lynn's adoption process stirs up old wounds, Lois will fear the truth might slip out, sending shockwaves through the Quartermain family and beyond. Will she crack under the strain, or can she keep the lid on this explosive secret? Will Brook Lynn find peace, or will her past destroy her future? Let's not forget that her baby's secret coming out into the open will change everything, especially for Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprigna. In the bustling town of Port Charles, love is never simple, and happiness is often tangled with secrets, shadows, and the past. But for Harrison Chase and Brook Lynn Quartermain, a new chapter may finally be within reach, one wrapped in love, growth, and the possibility of parenthood. After a year of healing from betrayals, embracing forgiveness, and rediscovering what makes their bond unbreakable, Chase and Brook Lynn are on the verge of something beautiful: adoption. The couple, who has weathered rocky roads of miscommunication, music industry scandals, and family expectations, now find themselves envisioning a future that includes more than late nights at the Quartermain mansion or precinct. Paperwork. They want to expand their family, and adoption is how they'll do it. But in true General Hospital fashion, no road is ever without detours. And even as they take steps toward their shared dream, lingering memories and unresolved traumas threaten to shake the foundation they've worked so hard to build. A love rewritten. When Chase and Brook Lynn first came together, their love was born from unlikely circumstances: a fake baby story, a shared lie, and a friendship that slowly simmered into something real. Fans watched as the guarded Brook Lynn, forever feisty, fiercely loyal, and often impulsive, found a surprising anchor in Chase, the dutiful detective with a heart big enough to see past her chaos. Their journey wasn't always smooth. From misunderstandings to mismatched priorities, it often felt like the universe was working against them. But when they found their rhythm, it was undeniable. And after the emotional fallout of Bailey's parentage saga, which left Chase feeling used and Brook Lynn devastated, it seemed impossible they'd find their way back. Yet, love has a way of finding its course. They reunited not just with passion, but with a renewed sense of partnership. Chase took a chance on love again, and Brook Lynn proved she was capable of emotional maturity. Their romance began to blossom anew, full of promise, trust, and the hope that their future could be more than just surviving the day-to-day chaos of Quartermain living. A different path to parenthood. Recently, in scenes that left fans both teary-eyed and hopeful, Chase and Brook Lynn discussed what comes next. Children have always been in the conversation, but Brook Lynn's past experiences have shaped her approach. Losing Bailey, even temporarily, cracked something inside her. She's never stopped loving that child. And though they still get to see Bailey thanks to Maxie, it's not the same. Chase, too, has grown. From the carefree detective who once couldn't commit to a long-term plan beyond his next shift, to the man who wants a home, a family, and a purpose outside the badge, he's ready for fatherhood. But when the couple learns they may not be able to conceive naturally, due to a previously undiagnosed medical condition Brook Lynn developed from complications with Bailey, they're forced to reevaluate their dreams. At first, it's heartbreaking. But then, Brook Lynn surprises everyone by suggesting adoption. It's a moment of growth for both of them. Where once she may have shied away from the vulnerability required to make such a decision, she now leads the charge. Chase, moved by her strength and openness, doesn't hesitate. They begin the process together, anxious, hopeful, and determined. Old ghosts, new fears. But even as they fill out applications and meet with social workers, shadows begin to creep into the light. For Chase, memories of his own fractured childhood, of always living in Finn's shadow, of never feeling good enough for his father Gregory, begin to resurface. What kind of father will he be? Can he give a child the unconditional love he sometimes felt denied? His doubts begin to quietly gnaw at him. Brook Lynn, too, isn't immune. As they move closer to a possible placement, she begins to spiral into anxiety. What if she can't bond with the child? What if the child resents her? What if her family, so complicated and loud and messy, scares them away? And then there's Link Brown. Though defeated professionally, whispers suggest he's back in Port Charles. His presence alone threatens to trigger Brook Lynn's trauma, an experience that had already cost her so much. Even though Chase is ready to protect her with everything he has, Brook Lynn can't shake the feeling that her past might poison her future. To make matters even more complex, Chase receives a call from a social worker. A baby girl born prematurely is available for adoption. The mother, a young woman who had a brief stint in Port Charles after fleeing a dangerous situation, specifically asked for her child to be placed with kind people who understand second chances. The file was sent to Chase and Brook Lynn's caseworker by chance, or was it fate? They meet the baby in the NICU, and instantly, their hearts are hooked. But before they can take the next step, a familiar face returns, Willow. A twist tied to the past. Willow has always supported Brook Lynn and Chase, but her recent health journey has made her more protective of the children in her life. When she sees the baby's file, her eyes widen. The mother, a woman she once helped at the hospital months ago, an addict in recovery with no support system. Willow is torn between her compassion for the mother and her fierce protectiveness over Chase and Brook Lynn. She raises valid concerns. Are they emotionally ready for a child with medical needs? Have they truly healed? Willow's doubts aren't malicious, but they strike a nerve. Brook Lynn lashes out, feeling judged. Chase retreats inward, and for a brief moment, their dream teeters on the edge. The Quartermaine chaos factor. Meanwhile, Tracy Quartermaine gets wind of the adoption and reacts in typical Tracy fashion, with sharp words and strong opinions. She questions the timing, the process, and whether Brook Lynn is using this as a do-over for Bailey. But Ned, now finally back to himself after the Eddie Main detour, surprises everyone by backing his daughter. She's grown, he tells Tracy. And if anyone deserves a fresh start with love, it's Brook Lynn. It's enough to give Tracy pause, for now. A leap of faith. In a pivotal scene sure to become a fan favorite, Brook Lynn and Chase visit the baby again. Holding the fragile infant, they speak their fears aloud, to each other and to the child. We might not be perfect, Brook Lynn whispers, her voice breaking, but we'll never stop showing up for you. Chase, eyes brimming with tears, adds, you'll always know love. Even on the hard days. It's a vow. To the child, to each other, to themselves. The adoption isn't finalized yet. More obstacles may come. But in that moment, something shifts. The ghosts of the past don't disappear, but they no longer have power. What once haunted them becomes a reminder of their resilience. What's next? With the spring season heating up in Port Charles, expect this adoption storyline to tug at heartstrings, test old alliances, and bring new faces into the mix. Will Chase and Brook Lynn face sabotage from Link? Could a surprise biological relative complicate the adoption? And will Brook Lynn's music career take a backseat, or become the very thing that connects her to this child? One thing's certain, Chase and Brook Lynn are on the brink of something life-changing. And maybe, just maybe, this time, love will be enough. Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe our GH News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.